Hey there, it's Dr. Justin Marchegiani. Today we're going to dig in. It's going to be a fun topic. What supplements do I recommend if you are traveling, you're going on vacation, you're looking to have a good time? What can you do to prevent the hangover, prevent from getting sick? What should be in your medicine cabinet while you're traveling? So let's dig in. So off the bat, we have a couple of categories here. First, time zone changes. If you're kind of keeping within your time zone or going a couple of time zones either way, East Coast to West Coast, not a big deal when it comes to time zones, but as soon as you start going over to Europe or Asia or going abroad where you go more than 5 or 6 time zones, that can really mess up your day. So a couple of things we can do is taking a little bit of melatonin. Melatonin is your sleep hormone. So taking a wee bit of this when you should be going to sleep will be a good idea. So anywhere between 1 milligram to 3 milligrams of melatonin sublingually, put it under your tongue so it can absorb and get into your bloodstream. That can start to help reset your circadian rhythm. Because typically your cortisol is gonna go higher in the morning and taper down at night. But now if your AM is moved up or back, that's gonna mess up your whole circadian rhythm. So taking the melatonin basically kind of moves this line up or back according to when you need to fall asleep, essentially. So melatonin is great. Another excellent strategy taught to me by a practitioner was get up first thing in the morning, see the sun come up in the morning, let the light hit your optic nerve. That kind of resets your HPA axis regarding timing. Even taking in some good coffee with some butter coffee, that can get the caffeine up, gets the HPA axis up. You can use some adaptogens as well during this time to kind of get the rhythm up-regulated. So sunlight, caffeine, the timing of the sun coming up, that can really get your rhythm back on track. And on that note, adaptogens. If you're stressful and you're going to be traveling, moving time zones, if it's a really adventurous vacation, adaptogens may be a really good thing to kind of help your body adapt to stress better. If it's a vacation where you're lying on the beach and relaxing, may not be necessary. So figure out what works for you. Infection control. A lot of times if you're going to, let's say, Mexico or maybe a country where the food may be a little bit in question, you don't want to get sick. I got a parasite 3 years ago in Mexico. It nearly wrecked my trip. I planned 2 years ago, almost got sick again. I had my antimicrobial pack with me and I was able to knock it out like that, no problems. But I have patients that have had literally their $5,000 vacation wrecked because they had massive case of traveler's diarrhea and had to be near a toilet at all times. You don't want that. So good thing you can do is a good antimicrobial combo. The herbal combo that I use in my office is GI Clear 1. There are others out there that are pretty similar, but I created GI Clear 1, which has a whole bunch of berberines in it. It has some antimicrobials like wormwood in there, has a little bit of oil of oregano, some wild indigo, some berberines, which are really antimicrobial. Really, really good stuff. Wild indigo too, I like that a lot. Oil of oregano by itself is another great product to bring. Typically I'll take one of these like prophylactically, preventatively. We'll take 1 or 2 with each meal just to be on the safe side. If I get sick, we'll upregulate the oil of oregano. We'll take it 1 to 2 capsules every 2 hours. 1 to 2 caps every 2 hours. And this pretty much will knock whatever you have out. So you have the antimicrobial, this is like preventative, right? Preventative's great because hopefully with that alone, you never have to go to the oil of oregano. The next is you have the oil of oregano if you get sick, and then you have the probiotic as well. In my line, that's the ProBioFlora that we use there, and then we'll do 1 to 2 caps every 2 hours. 1 to 2 caps every 2 hours. And that's a great way once you get sick. This will help push a lot of the bad bacteria out. So if you get an E. coli infection or a Campylobacter or a Shigella or even a parasite infection, it'll help start to push it out. It'll help reduce the inflammation. And these antimicrobials will help knocking it down ASAP. And then last but not least, your hangover recovery. So let's say you're going to be partaking in some adult libations. You want to make sure you have the ability to detoxify. So number 1, activated charcoal. This can be taken with the infection control as well. So if you're eating questionable foods, activated charcoal can be great to help kind of come in there and sequester and put straitjackets on these bad questionable foods so your body can escort it out better. Also, probiotics can be used preventatively, but you can save them so it's used if you get sick. I forgot to mention, but digestive support can also be great. And digestive support is hydrochloric acid, enzymes, and bile salts, or a combo that you can use that'll be helpful in you breaking down the food fully. Typically, the more infectious debris that's left unbroken down or untouched, the more of a reaction you'll get. So if it's tainted food, good hydrochloric acid and enzymes will knock it down. If you notice, there'll be like a tainted restaurant or a tainted meal, and a whole bunch of people will eat from that meal. Not everyone gets sick. Now, why is that? That's because people's gut health is at different levels, and part of that is their hydrochloric acid and enzymes. So if you have good hydrochloric acid and enzymes on board, that can really help break down a lot of that infectious particulate down to a manageable level. You add in the probiotics and oil of oregano if you get sick, and then you are ready to go. And if you take the antimicrobial herbal combo, in my line that's the GI Clear 1, then you're in a really good place. Now, hangover recovery, I mentioned the charcoal. This can be used in combination with that. It's really great to kind of put straitjackets and bind up a lot of that toxins. Great for alcohol too. Even if it's clean alcohol, it'll help bind up a lot of the toxins in there and help escort out the body. Even in conventional medicine, they still will use activated charcoal. They'll make you drink it in a drink form. Even if you come in with alcohol poisoning to an ER, they still use that today. So it definitely has some detoxifying effects too, which is great. Also, vitamin C helps upregulate glutathione, which is excellent. That's your body's natural detoxifier. And we even have our sulfur amino acids. In my line, we use one called Detox Aminos that's very high in NAC, methionine, cysteine, taurine, glycine, a lot of our sulfur amino acids that run our phase 2 detoxification system pathways that helps get that upregulated. NAC is good as well. Just anywhere between 2 grams is great. That'll get your glutathione levels up. About 2 to 3 grams of vitamin C, that'll get your antioxidants up and your glutathione up as well. And then the charcoal will help bind up any toxins as well. So kind of recapping everything here, we have our support to get our time zones reset, right? Melatonin, great time zone reset. Adaptogens, time zone reset. And then we have some of the lifestyle strategies with the coffee and getting exposed to sunlight first thing in the morning. We have the infection control, our broad spectrum antimicrobials for prevention, and our harder or higher dose oil of oregano and probiotics that are used if we actually get sick at higher levels of 1 to 2 caps per 2 hours. And then we have the charcoal and the vitamin C and the sulfur aminos. Vitamin C and sulfur aminos to get glutathione up and detoxify, and activated charcoal to bind up any toxic debris. Again, this is Dr. J. I hope you enjoy your vacation. Again, have some fun, protect yourself, get your medicine cabinet with you to go. So if you do get sick, you don't have to waste your whole time at an ER or, God forbid, just be sick the rest of your vacation. So again, it doesn't cost much money to have a preventative support system in your suitcase with you. Any questions or help, click on screen, subscribe, and look forward to more videos coming your way. Thanks. This is Dr. J signing off. Take care.